Despite its illegality, recreational gambling is hugely popular amongst Americans. In fact, according to the Ohio gambling safety website playitsafe.org, 60% of Americans have gambled in the last year, while 85% have gambled in their lifetime. Interestingly, gambling was briefly legalized in the U.S. following the Great Depression. Since then, although it is legal under federal law, almost every state in America restricts it. For example, Nevada, Louisiana, and Native American reservations are the only places in America that allow casinos. Now, illegal gambling has become even more popular since the establishment of the internet through online gambling sites like MyBookie and BetDSI. We believe that gambling should be legalized nationwide for the following reasons. First, the uneven enforcement of gambling laws enables police discrimination. Second, the legalization of gambling would help prevent irresponsible gambling. And finally, legal gambling would be economically beneficial.
Gambling laws are not only unequal from state to state, they are also unequally enforced within a given state. The rise of online gambling has radically complicated the issue of illegal gambling. Most of these websites are run from places where gambling is legal with a remote gambling license. Additionally, the internet in general is almost impossible to completely regulate. For example, the government has been trying to prohibit illegally streamed movies and TV shows online for years without success. According to Statista.com, an estimated $37.4 billion in revenue will be lost due to online piracy in 2018. It is not just that people who gamble in person can get prosecuted while others who commit the same crime go virtually unpunished. Due to the popularity of gambling in the United States, combined with the difficulty of regulation, it seems inevitable that people, even the majority of Americans, will continue to gamble whether it is legal or not.
Since gambling is inevitable, the legalization of gambling can mitigate the negative consequences associated with gambling. First, while gambling addiction is very serious, it is important to understand just how many gamblers are actually addicts. According to the Canadian newspaper The Hamilton Spectator, 1% of the Canadian general population can be classified as having a gambling problem, while 2 to 3% of the population exhibit risky gambling behavior. Farther, despite the significant increase in legal gambling in Canada over the past 20 years, these numbers have not increased at all. Gambling addiction is not nearly as probable as alcohol addiction, despite alcohol being legal. Some studies suggest that as many as 1 in 8 Americans are alcoholics. Additionally, according to gamblingcourt.org, 40% of problem gamblers started gambling before they were 17. With nationwide legalization, the government can enforce strict age limits on gambling, preventing adolescents from getting hooked from a young age. Plus, legalized gambling allows gambling addicts to safely admit that they have a problem without the fear of legal repercussion. Finally, strictly enforced betting limits through legal websites, casinos, or bookies can prevent irresponsible and risky gambling. The legalization of gambling can mitigate the risks of gambling because it puts more pressure on the state to prevent addiction and help those who already suffer from it.
The legalization of gambling will also become of great benefit to the U.S. economy. Similarly to the legalization of marijuana in Colorado, legalized gambling would generate jobs and tax revenue. For example, according to Statista.com, Las Vegas has 166,000 casino employees in 2016, and this doesn't even account for other jobs generated from gambling like bookkeeping or sports betting advising. Additionally, according to LasVegasSun.com, January was a down month for Nevada's gambling revenue, and they still generated $1.01 billion. Furthermore, the rise of online gambling, especially among college students and other young adults, generates lots of money. Moby Affiliates, a guide to mobile applications, predicts that online gambling revenue will reach $56.05 billion by the end of this year. As of now, the United States economy will see none of that. If people are going to be gambling anyway, they might as well be supporting the local economy. If the biggest reason that gambling is illegal is addiction, then maybe we should question why something like tobacco products aren't illegal, especially when they actually provide damage to the human body, while gambling does not.
Overall, there are many ways in which the legalization of gambling would benefit the United States and its citizens. It would eliminate unjust selective punishment, reduce the number of minors gambling while controlling addiction, and help the United States economy. Legalizing gambling is something that is needed in the United States.
Well, Johnny doubled up with the